Hey everybody, it's Whitney from All the Shelves. Today I am filming my 2017 Bookish Resolutions video. I love these videos. These are like my favorite of the year. I wish that we did Bookish Resolutions like every month because I want to hear all about people's goals for reading. For some reason, maybe it's just like the planner in me. I just really like hearing about people's plans, and I like making plans of my own. So I have 5 resolutions that have to do with books and this channel. Some of them are kind of the usual number and like scheduling, and some of them are maybe a little bit unusual. So let's get started. My first resolution has to do with that Goodreads number that so many of us set. I am going to set it at 150 books this year, and I don't count comics or graphic novels when I do that. I actually have like a separate Goodreads account where I keep track of those things if I remember, because I don't know why. I don't want my page count off or something if it doesn't have a lot of words. I don't know. It's dumb and arbitrary, but that's how I do it. I also count rereads on my Goodreads, so like I will re-update it and then just like put a little note in the description that says the dates that I originally read it, or if there have been multiple times, there will be multiple dates. Anyway, set that at 150. I actually set it at 150 last year and I did not meet that goal. I got 129 books read last year, but I had like a very unusual year where basically I gave up on my life dream of becoming a professor, at least for the time being, and I got a real job as a high school teacher, and I was bummed out about it and also like stressed about what that transition was going to look like. So there were 2 months in there where I barely read at all. At one point I was like 17 books ahead, and then I was like 17 books behind, which when your goal is 150 happens really quickly. So I actually recovered pretty well and I read some great stuff at the end of the year. But yeah, that's my number. I don't really care that much if I hit it or not. It's just fun for me. It doesn't cause me any stress. Like I like looking at it and being like, oh my gosh, look how much I've read. I'm 5 books ahead or whatever. But you know, when I got to 129, I was like, great, 129. Like, it doesn't faze me at all. My second goal for the year is to read at least 5 issues of comics a week. My husband and I, we buy a lot of comics, and lately we have been getting behind, and so we just keep accumulating more comic books, but like not reading the series that we like. And so he made that goal, and I'm kind of piggybacking off his goal of reading a bunch more comics. I need to stay up to date. I study superheroes, so it's really important for me to read those Marvel and DC comics, and then there's just so much good stuff coming from Image and some other independents right now, so I'm gonna make an effort to keep up with that. My third resolution I actually borrowed from Max from Well Done Books. He set the goal of reading 100 short stories in a year, and I am also going to set that goal. But he said that they needed to be from different authors, and I'm going to say that they need to be from at least 50 different authors, because if there is one that I love and I'm interested in reading more from that author, then I want the freedom to be able to seek that out without feeling like I'm wasting my reading time or something. So yeah, 100 short stories in a year, I think it's going to be great. I actually read more short stories last year than I'm used to reading because I was prepping for teaching in a new kind of way, and I wanted to get some stuff that was like accessible and interesting to kids, a new age group. And so I read some great stuff. I read Charles Baxter for the first time and James McPherson for the first time, like some really good stuff. So I'm hoping to keep that up. And I have tons of anthologies to borrow this from, and the New Yorker, and et cetera, et cetera. I have the means to read that many short stories, so I should do it. I got the idea for my 4th goal from Adam at Memento Mori, which is a channel that I like just really adore. I'm sure that you are watching his channel, but go subscribe if you haven't already, and I will leave that link. His goal last year was to read all of Cormac McCarthy's works in order, in chronological order, and his goal this year is to do that with William Faulkner, which is so ambitious. William Faulkner was prolific and also very difficult. So I'm not choosing anyone that difficult, at least in writing style, but I wanted to do the same thing. A author that I feel like I have underappreciated or that has intrigued me and I haven't given enough attention to. And my choice for that was Octavia Butler. I've read 4 Octavia Butler novels: Wild Seed, Fledgling, Kindred, and Dawn. So I've read those 4, and they're all, especially Wild Seed and Dawn, are the beginning of longer series. And I found those books very intriguing, so I would like to continue with that series. She also has one that I hear in grad school all the time, The Parable of the Sowers. That's one that seems to have the most academic attention. And what I'm interested in with her is that she's this genre writer, which I have been paying more attention to over the last couple years, genre fiction rather than canonical kind of classics. And she's this genre writer that has somehow piqued the interest of a really contemporary movement in academics, like this interest in the post-human and aesthetics and the combination of horror and sci-fi and environmentalism. So I'd love to kind of combine my 2 interests in Octavia Butler, and I'm going to read everything that she wrote. I don't necessarily care about going in chronological order. I think I will go in order of series and then move on to a new series. I probably am not going to reread the books of her that I've read unless I get started and realize that I've forgotten or something. But I think they're fresh enough in my mind. I just read them a year or so ago. So yeah, that's my author for the year. And then I do have one goal for my channel. If you have noticed, All the Books has been struggling in recent months. I'll go in little spurts. I'll get really excited about filming and I'll do 3 videos. And when I should just hold out on releasing them so that it looked like I had a kind of schedule, I would get too excited and just release them 3 days in a row, and then you wouldn't hear from me for a few weeks. And I know that's happened recently because we had Christmas break. I went to Mexico actually on vacation. I had a lot of things going on, and it doesn't really matter, and I know you don't care, but I want to make this more of a scheduled thing. So whether or not I film in bursts, I'm going to try to release at least 1 video per week, and I have decided that that release should come on a specific day. So I'm going to shoot for Tuesday mornings. Just arbitrary, but Monday I feel like there's so many videos that come out, and Tuesday feels like it could use some love. So I'm gonna release at least 1 video a week on Tuesday, and if I film more than that, then I will release more. But that seems to be a realistic goal for me where I am right now. And other than that, I don't have any, structured plans for my channel. I just want the 1 video a week to keep this going, because I really enjoy the process of talking about books. Even the videos that don't get a whole lot of views, like a lot of the review videos, I just think that I am remembering books a lot better and processing them more when I read as much as I do. Sometimes some of these books just go by the wayside really quickly, and yes, that did still happen this year, but less often. So I'm gonna keep going with this. So I hope you're having a great New Year's Day. I will be filming my favorite books of the year, both fiction and nonfiction, so you can look forward to hearing from me about that. And I have been watching all of your list videos, and it's been great fun. So I will see you guys later.